My name is Jufkari Rose. I'm involved in this exhibition as a curator, or more or less as an exhibition developer. And it's been a very exciting process to sit with Longinos and think through democracy. The exhibition is questioning a very grand narrative, which is always a little bit tricky because we don't have the authority and we're not experts on what democracy is. But we have observations, we have comments, we have seen things, so the exhibition is basically bringing together all these elements.
My names are Longinos Nagila. I'm a visual artist. I started seeing this image in '92 when, for example, in Kenya we had the first multi-party election. So that was like the first time I saw people getting out of their houses early in the morning to go and queue to vote, because most of them believed that it's only through voting that they were going to exercise their democratic right. In most places, democracy is manifested in elections. For example, in many elections in Africa, they have their own, it's like a ritual. You have the queue itself, where people are just queuing, and then you have the casting of the vote into the ballot. From here up to here, you have you look at their hands. The postures are different from this one, because these ones are not yet ready. They are still waiting. This one is ready to go in and cast his or her vote. After casting the vote, you have to wait for the results to be announced. But at the end of the day, there is always a dispute in any of the results. What happens after the dispute is that people will take it to the streets to demonstrate. Some will end up fighting, and there is always a shedding. There is always a blood being shed. Who pieces on democracy? Democracy is something that should be celebrated. It's something that people should live in their daily lives. But here now you get this titled Democracy My Peace. But I don't think I have an answer for that. I mean, who pieces on democracy? So this one will come out, and this character will be unveiled during the exhibition and during the different dialogues that we'll be having during that time.
What has been really outstanding for us is the conversation around why is democracy protected? Why do we always say everything is democracy? When the media is attacked, it's an attack on democracy. When the government is attacked, it's an attack on democracy. And when the opposition is attacked, it's an attack on democracy. So what exactly is this democracy? Like immediately around us in Kenya, we observed the elections in Uganda and Magufuli becoming president, and his position for what democracy is in comparison to what we observed in Uganda is really contrasting. Yeah.
His work is always mostly it's political. I don't know whether he's inclined to that, but I like how it is thought-provoking from the word go. The guy that was at the front, that was the leader, and how he's all immune to the whole situation in his gas mask. It was a beautiful exhibition, and yeah, he never fails to disappoint.
The way he set up the sculptures in there, he shows how people follow each other, and if we have a thought about something that's going wrong in the government, we all follow each other and support each other as we do it. So from his point of view, he thought of it differently, but we still accept what he's done.
Longinos is a thoughtful character, and I think it shows in his work that he thinks about things from a different angle, and I think that's really what art should be about, is to take stuff that we all encounter every day and make us think about it in a different way. And I think he's done that really well. And quite stark, and yet when he was talking about it, he wasn't pushing the obvious, you know, we hate politicians stuff. He was rather saying, these are questions that I want people to think about, and I don't have the answers, and this is my visualization of what I think the questions that we should be thinking about are, without necessarily reducing them to kind of standard words, but making us think more viscerally about things that affect us every day.
I'm looking forward for people to decode on the time of the exhibition, I mean, what's this and why democracy, my peace?
I'd really like to thank Greenman, who's been part of a small publication we were doing. Also Kuona Trust and Longinos for a very good job done. So for representing the exhibition well. So really exciting.